everyone. I am so glad you are here. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Bren Harris, and I founded Warrior Moms by Bren when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. I was a new mom. I was devastated. I really didn't know if I would ever crawl out of that pit of despair and depression. But here I am more than 10 years later, and I am the warrior mom. I am such a firm believer that your story matters. I'm here to tell you tonight we're craving clarity in a confusing world, and we have a lot to talk about. So thank you for being here. I had so much challenge getting on tonight that, technology, gotta love it. And I just know that adversity brings reward. And we are talking clarity. Now, at our house, we use American Sign Language as a workaround to learn new words. And we are doing clarity, and clarity means clear, like this, just like that. Clarity. And then we're saying CLARITY. Now, why do we do this? There's a lot of studies out there that shows when the body moves, the mind grooves. The experts said my son would never walk, talk, be out of a diaper, be able to go to school, be a functioning member of society. We've blown all of that out of the water, and he is thriving because our favorite saying is, who says, what's the workaround? And the workaround for us was American Sign Language. As we move, it could be called proprioceptive or vestibular input. A lot of therapies call it different things. And we are saying when the body moves, the mind grooves. So we're talking clarity. We're craving clarity in a confusing world. And I like to do acrostics or acronyms. Just one of my favorite verses out of the Old Testament is write the vision in bold block letters, write it plain so a runner can read it on the run. As a warrior mom, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, I am a full-time mom. We don't do traditional school. We do a lot of things where it's parent child learning. And I've learned that priorities and prioritizing and getting a very clear vision for what I want and need and crave is really important, really important. And we're going to talk about a study of entrepreneurial women from Harvard Business Review. So stay tuned. We're going to get through this. We have clarity. I'm a bit of a word geek, accuracy, certainty, directness, and clarity is free from darkness. That's why I like the ASL sign, free from darkness. Clear out the cobwebs, clear out the clouds. Although we would love to have rain here in the heartland. And we are uncluttered without distraction. Sometimes I have my phone on do not disturb. It has been the best advice I've ever received because we have so much 24/7 technology and news streams and everything vying for our attention that it's really hard to know. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. If you're getting value, please let us know in the chat. Put value. If you're on the live, put an L. So we do ASL live or an R for the replay. And wherever you are, right here, right now, it is not an accident. We're talking clarity. And this is the ASL sign. Very simple. I like to keep things really simple. If we make it too hard, we don't bother to remember it. And then freedom from darkness and uncluttered without distraction. Distractions drive me crazy. They really do. And that's because I have so much opportunity to walk in my purpose, raising a special needs teen, that I know I am called for such a time as this, and so are you. So the first letter in clarity, we'll go over this again, C. Now, I might be mirrored, so watch this, backwards if you need to. C is for certain. That's our first letter in the word clarity. L is for lucid. A is for accurate. R is for resolute, and I am looking at my notes because I don't want to get this wrong. I is for intention, T is for transparent, and Y is for hell yes. So work with me here. So the first letter in the word clarity, remember, uncluttered, free from distraction. We're free from darkness. That's clarity. And that is the ASL sign. It fits, doesn't it? You're just like, yeah, that's why I received that loud and clear. So certainty, zero doubt, true and exact. Now, certainty is a little bit of a challenge for those of us walking in our faith, because we're walking by faith, not by sight. However, when we have zero doubt that we are called to do something, and even if we don't know what that something is, we know that we know that we know we are called for such a time as this. So we have zero doubt, true and exact. Our world has so much confusion, especially after the last 3 years in the panorama, as one of my friends calls it, the pandemic. And we are just now feeling like we are getting back to normal. I don't know about you, but this has been really challenging. I always remember that saying my granny shared, that which doesn't kill us makes us stronger. And I believe that. And I know that a lot of people have lost loved ones. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the challenge of having your kids home, being in the moment, being present instead of a distracted, stressed out parent. Now, working a business from my home and being teacher, warden, therapist instead of just mom, that's been my biggest challenge, because sometimes I forget which hat I'm supposed to be wearing. So we have clarity, free from clutter and distraction, free from darkness. And you know that feeling when you're like, I don't know what the decision is. I don't know what to do. I always hear my mentor saying, next right thing, next right thing, next right thing. And please let us know in the chat where you're chiming in from. Yes, Mitch, exactly. Uncluttered, without distraction. And to me, that brings me peace, because I am here to protect my peace and my serenity, regardless of my circumstances. And then the next letter is L for lucid, clearly expressed and easy to understand. If I came on and gave an academia version or definition of clarity, people would be asleep in the first 10 seconds, because I would drone on and on. We're just saying free from darkness, uncluttered, free from distraction, certain, zero doubt, true and exact. And then L is clearly expressed, lucid, clearly expressed, and easy to understand. That's where American Sign Language comes in for us. My son has a really hard time coming up with new words. He's highly motivated by food because he's a teenage boy, and I can find a new food and we can find that that word for American Sign Language, and boom, all of a sudden we have whole sentences. For example, simple example, cookie. You can take that, it's like cookie cutter on your hand. I don't know if you can see that, cookie. And so, I want a cookie, please. Boom, full sentences. And what I find is that I want to feel like I am walking in clarity, that I am not confused, I am not distracted, I am zeroing in, and I am the warrior mom. My greatest heartbreak and tragedy is now my global platform. Would I have chosen this journey? No way. Would I trade it? Not in a million years, because of the person I'm becoming through it. Now, oftentimes we pray or hope or wish that we could change our circumstances. I'm a firm believer and a living example that our circumstances are there to change us. It's our choice if we are bitter or we become better. Now, I don't have all the answers. I won't claim to always get it right. What I do know is that we have people all over the globe implementing these strategies and these habit practices and winning. All right, so we have clarity. The C is for certain. L is for lucid, easy to express or well expressed, easy to understand. Then we have accurate. So A is for accurate, and accurate is precise and exact. Now, I'm a firm believer that when we meet one child with a special need, we've met one child with a special need. That doesn't necessarily mean any practice or therapy or strategy will work. If we meet one adult who's unhealed from a childhood trauma, we've met one adult unhealed from a childhood trauma. And often we bleed all over people that didn't cut us. Hear me. When we have unhealed trauma and we're not clear and we're living in confusion and we hate our life and we're so focused on what's wrong in our circumstances, yet we're not focusing on our calling, we bleed all over the people that never cut us or never injured us. And that's why we crave clarity in a confusing world. Accurate, precise, and exact. The next letter is R, and that's resolute, purposeful, steady, never looking back. Now, I have lived this in my own life. Yes. Hey, Georgia's in the house, and we have Florida in the house. And we also have Washington in the house. Welcome, guys. I'm really glad you're here. And if you are listening to this at a different time on like an audio program, know that you can look these up. These signs are very simple. And we like signing time. I don't know if it's still on, but you can find it on YouTube. And we find that we have our own little language. My son's name is Zach, which means spiritual. His middle name means gift from God, and his last name means dignity. I had no idea when we chose his name that spiritual gift from God with dignity would mean, Mama, God's going to break you and rebuild you better, just like the bionic woman. Okay, so we have resolute, purposeful, steady, never look back. Now, I have chosen to not force my son into therapy this summer. We are absolutely enjoying our lives and enjoying the moments instead of being a slave to the schedule. And that's a real new thing for us. Being present be where your feet are. That's what clarity is all about. Then the next word is intention, which is purpose. And I can't read my writing, so I won't tell you the rest of the definition. A lot of people say, I want to know what I'm supposed to do. Purpose. Sometimes that looks like right here in the right now and nasty, the daily grind. That means let's habit stack and let's get a system for every single day so that we are 1% better, 1% better every single day. Now, I'm not where I want to be, but I am so not where I used to be. I have completed a journey over several years of a 95-pound weight loss. I found myself so depressed and so despondent when my son was diagnosed that I lost who I was. And I tried to change the way I felt with food and alcohol. And that had consequences. I found myself facing possible type 2 diabetes. They wanted me to go on all these drugs. And I'm like, no, what are my other options? And those options were changing my health and stepping into my calling and changing my daily habits. Because when you have 10 years of elevated off the charts cortisol, you develop what they call blood insulin levels that are off the charts. And that's insulin resistance to the 10th power. And I found that when I backed up, shut up, prayed up, and actually listened to my doctor, that I gained clarity. And I had great success with this because I'm becoming who I'm called to be. Now, here at Warrior Moms, we talk about walking in purpose, championing our calling. It's more than just a Hallmark card, people. We're walking in purpose and championing our calling. We're turning our pain into purpose because someone somewhere needs to hear your story, and you are their drink of water in the desert. Now, we in the heartland are going through this huge heat dome, this heat wave of triple digits every single day, all the time. And we are taking precautions. We're stepping into our purpose. We're carrying water with us when we go out and we drive around. We're making sure that the pets have water, whether they're inside or outside. We're not leaving them out for more than 5 minutes. And we're also being intentional about how we spend our day and how we budget our electricity. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but when I have all that extra money left over to take an amazing vacation with my son, now that's purpose. To me, that's purpose, because our children will not remember what we got them for Christmas or birthday, but they will remember the memories we create and how we pay attention to them and are present. We are in the present moment. All right, so we have certainty, C for certainty, L for lucid, meaning exactness, easy to understand. We have accurate for precise. Then we have resolute, which is purposeful, never looking back. I have chosen to not put my son in all these therapies and all these traditional schools because that's not where we're called to be. It is not peaceful. I can work my schedule. around. I am so blessed to be an entrepreneur because I can work my schedule to accommodate his needs. I found myself wanting to get a W-2 job for 5 minutes. And then I realized between school, therapy, and doctor's appointments, that was not possible. This is possible because now I'm not just surviving and trying to get by, I'm thriving. Okay, so we have I for intention, which is purpose. That's a theme. Please pay attention. And then we have the letter T for transparent, crystal clear, humility to surrender to our calling. To me, that's really important because in this social media age, it's, oh, this is my social media. Yeah, this is my social media. No, what you see here is what you see elsewhere. I get up, I get dressed, I look like this. We go and do our things. We are ready for the day. We habit stack, we do our affirmations. And I am so thankful that my son is open to American Sign Language because that's how we do. Like, I am enough. I am smart. I use all my words wisely. I am strong. You can see my getting some guns there. And we are saying those every day when we go and do our social skills practice. Now, do we always get it right? Do we have a bad day? Absolutely. But we only fall to the lowest common denominator of our systems. And that's our habit stacking systems. All right, I'm almost wrapping up. So the last one I jokingly call hell to the yes. So we have C for certain, L for lucid, A for accurate, R for resolute, I for intention, T for transparency, and Y for yes. That's what clarity is. And this is the ASL sign, clarity. Now, we are talking more about this on my masterclass tomorrow night. Please join us. It's a webinar. It's simple. You won't have to interact. You won't be in a breakout room and ask to speak or anything. We are talking about the 4 pillars of 4 secrets to unleash your inner warrior. A lot of things we are experiencing are preparing us for the things we asked God for. And that's really important. I heard this week that Philippians is supposed to be the happiest book of the Bible. Well, Paul wrote that in a prison, probably drowning in the sewer, up to his waist. Circumstances, how we feel, and what's going on around us have nothing to do with what we get accomplished when our systems are in place. And that's where we get clarity, freedom from darkness and distraction. Now, please join us tomorrow night. It is at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I will reach out to you and send you the link. Please sign in. We will not spam you. We're talking more about crushing our goals, embracing clarity, protecting our boundaries, and last but not least, reclaiming our own personal power. I am so glad you're here. It is not a mistake. Please check us out at Win with Bren on Instagram and Bren Harris on Facebook. Clarity, uncluttered, free from distraction. Now, please remember, be authentic, legendary, and unapologetically you. Warriors, unite.